Hi guys, it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden. It's Memorial Day, the 29th of May, and my plan today was to plant up some of my pots with annuals and pop a few annuals in some of my beds here, especially my walkway bed. I had this plan in my head. I was picturing having like a whole array of pots right in this corner, and so I went out and bought annuals with that purpose in mind. But once I set out the spare pots I had around my yard in this position, I didn't like the way they looked. I really wanted like a tiered look, like I wanted a big one, then a smallest one, kind of like a cascading thing of pots. And I don't have the pots to do that. It just looks too, I just don't like the way it looks. So I'm gonna rewrite what I was gonna do and change it up a bit. But I have to get these annuals in the ground because you know, they're gonna die if I don't. So, and I spent so much money on these plants, so I want to get them in the ground. I might revisit this little pot theme when I can get to the store and buy some pots, but for now I'm going to table it and just plant up a few of my planters. I'm definitely today going to do my planters beside my garage. I'm going to put some annuals in my front walkway bed here, and I'll give you a little peek around probably because my peonies are fantastic. You might be able to see them back there in the background. This is the best they've ever looked. It hasn't rained, so they didn't get destroyed, and I really want to share those with you. So I'll give you a peek of those now, and then I'll start planting up some pots. So just to give you perspective of where we are, my front yard, this is my garden along my fence garden. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, I mean that one might be okay, but at least these two, those are rhythmic blue hydrangeas by Proven Winners, and they got really zapped. I'm gonna have to replace. So, oops, car's going by. We had like a really, really bad 24-hour cold snap that zapped a lot of plants on the Cape this year, which is so sad. This one, even though it looks horrible, it does have a bloom on it, so I might just let it go. I mean, it's just not going to look great this year, but it will come back. And it got eaten by earwigs, you can tell. And the reason why I know it got eaten by earwigs because I set out this little cat food tin in the evening and I filled it with beer. And in the morning, it was filled with earwigs. So, yeah, so that's that. And that's where I planted my 2 clematis, Nellie Mosa and Jack Mani. They're growing up. They've really grown a lot. They've only been in the ground maybe 1 week. Look how beautiful they've grown all the way up. And then my Russian sage. But the point of this was my peonies. Look at how gorgeous they are. There's 2 plants here. I planted these both last year, so this is only their 2nd year in the ground. Everything in my whole yard is the 2nd year in the ground. But look at how stunning they are. This one on the left is deter, and this one is Shirley Temple. I'll give you a closer look at how gorgeous they are. That is deter. When it's a new bloom, it's more pink, and then it fades to this lighter color, but it's still stunning with the yellow and pink in the middle. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at all the blooms on it. And this is Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple is mostly white with a little pink tinge and some red running through it, if you can see it right there. Look at how beautiful it is. I mean, and I have to say, the fragrance is very different between the 2 plants, but both of them equally delicious. I mean, and there's still tons more buds coming. I mean, all over this plant. Beautiful. I just got lucky that it's been pretty dry, so the rain hasn't destroyed these. So, anyways, let's get to planting the pots, which is the topic of this video today. Okay, guys, you know how I always like to keep it real? I've wasted an hour. I want to use my power planter. My power planter is stuck in the truck. Because when I use the power planter, I like to have the side handle because I don't want to break my wrist. This thing is really powerful. If you hit a rock or something and it twists, it can really hurt you. So I'm trying to get the chuck off. I'm going to try this method. Let's try it. Okay, let's see. This will be comic relief for everybody who... Okay, see, my hands are too small. They don't make tools for women. Because I want to hold this like this, tight, and then twist it. But I can't hold it. Ugh! So frustrating. They need to make, you know, that's a good idea. If someone could make tools women's sized, that would be great. Hold on. It's stuck good. Ugh. I can't grip it tight enough to spin it because it's jammed in there. Oh, I hate having to give up and ask Mr. Hubby to help me, but that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, frustrating. Dilemma number 2. I'm trying to do my driveway pots. They're really heavy. This one is fine. Perfect. This one, for some reason, is filled with water. So basically the drainage hole must be blocked. So I have to unblock it before I can plant. So let's do that. Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm just gonna get a hose and squirt it through. This thing's wicked heavy, wicked. Let me get the hose. Okay. So far, a frustrating day of planting, and I haven't even got any plants in the ground yet. But this is sometimes how it goes. It's not all smooth sailing like you see on a lot of channels. It's hard work sometimes, and it's frustrating. But now I'm ready to plant, so let's go. I just want to check this pot before I go, make sure it's draining good. So let's see. Because it could be clogged up too. Oh no! Look what's happening to my hose. Shoot! I don't think the universe wants me to plant today. Oh no, I gotta shut it off. It's leaking. Oops, hang on. So I think I got the hose fixed, but this planter is also not draining. This should be a blooper reel. So I'm gonna tip it over. It's wicked heavy though. I hope I don't crush my foot. It's a good little piece of advice, because if I hadn't known that it wasn't draining properly, I would have planted my plants and they would have become waterlogged really quickly and the roots would have rotted. So I'm glad I took the time to do this, as frustrating as it was. Let's get planting. Okay guys, let's regroup and get to the more peaceful part of planting and having fun in the garden. Let's let go of the frustration. I grabbed myself a seltzer, got my sunglasses, I'm refreshed, I'm ready to enjoy now. So let me show you what I'm gonna be putting in this planter. These planters, even though they're quite tall, they're rather narrow. And last year I put, I don't know, I have to look back, probably 7 plants in here, and some of them just got drowned out. So this year I'm gonna do a little more minimalistic approach, and I'm just gonna put 3 plants. If I feel like it's not full enough, I can always pop something in later, but I'm gonna start minimal and then build up if I have to. So the 3 plants I decided to put in here, they're all proven winners. This is Whirling Starlight Fanflower. These are all annuals. Look how beautiful this plant is. Let me read you a little bit about it. It is like a trailing, so it will kind of drip down a little bit, and it gets 8 to 14 inches tall. I think it's really pretty. And with that, I'm gonna do the tried and true favorite, Super Tunia Vista Bubblegum Petunia. This tends to take over the pot. That's why I think just 3 plants are gonna be okay. Last time this little beauty kind of overran everything else that was in there. Also trails 12 to 24 inches. It's beautiful. It will come all the way down. Lovely. That, and then I'm gonna do this coleus, which I've never planted before, but I love it. It's called Color Blaze Line Time Coleus. it says sun and shade, so it should be okay. This is full sun. Last year I think I planted Wicked Witch, proven winners coleus, and it just did perfectly fine in this full sun location. I mean, obviously you gotta water. So let's take a moment and plant these up. So the next thing I'm gonna do is plant these 5 lemon coral sedums along the front of my walkway bed. Look how beautiful my perfect profusion salvia looks. Isn't that stunning? Really nice plant. And also my amazing daisy mays are about to burst. You can see all the buds. So let me set up the tripod and get planted on those. Okay guys, so I got the pots done by the driveway, by the garage. And this one over here, which is in shadow from the flag. Ooh. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. And then this is my front walkway bed, which the only thing blooming now is the perfect profusion. But I did put in the 5 lemon coral sedums, and that's where I'm gonna end it today, folks. I hope the planting videos aren't boring. I had some family members state that they thought they were boring, but I find them peaceful and relaxing, and I hope others do too. So thank you so much for joining. Much more to come. Thank you. Bye-bye.